of the strongest and bravest Indian tribe in the old North America. And they lived an extremely tough and dangerous lives with the forces of nature, with animals who could eat them, with enemy tribes, but they survived everything because of their great courage and their strength. They could ride against an enemy and conquer them, even if they were fewer, because of their courage and their strength. And those warriors had a ritual. One time every year, they rode out to a place in nature and they started a fire. And they sat around this fire for 1 week together and shared among them their own feelings. They cried out the enormous pain and sorrow over tribal members who had died during the year. They cried and shaked when they told about situation where they thought they were going to die or felt totally helpless or afraid. They were sitting together for 1 week, sharing their own emotions, listening to each other and meeting each other with compassion and understanding. That's what they did for 1 week. And this tribe strongly believed that if they should keep their courage and their strength, they needed a campfire. They needed a place where they could react, where they could be listened to and understood and met with compassion. They needed a campfire in order to keep their strength. And I strongly believe it's the same for you and me. In order to keep our love, our empathy, our courage, our belief in humanity, we need to have a campfire. We need to have a place where it's possible for us to just be human beings, to react and to share all our emotions which we are carrying. We need a campfire and a place where somebody listens to us. So at my work in Alternative to Violence in Stavanger in Norway, we have a campfire every 14th day. We sit together as therapists and tell each other about our reactions and emotions. We cry a lot. Actually, we cry a lot because there's so much sad and painful things we get to know and have to carry. We rage and swear a lot because there's so much thing in our work that makes us angry, which is unjust and get us to react. And we laugh a lot because there's also beautiful, touching moments meeting human beings. And we listen to each other without interruption, without question, without any interpretation, but just listen to each other and meet the other stories with compassion and empathy. That's what we do. And I believe that in order for me to keep my love, my empathy, my courage, my hope for a better world for my clients, and my hope for humanity and the humanity in my clients, I need to have this campfire. So the question is, for you chaplains in prison, where are your campfires? Where is it possible for you to have the courage to really share your true emotions? And where is the situation where somebody just listens to you without interruptions, without question, but just with compassion. Where are your campfires? You might have campfires, but I don't know. I strongly believe you need campfires. But I was going to show you how we do our campfires, because it's not as easy as just sitting down talking on how do we feel, how is it. We need a secure, a safe, a good method, focusing on the emotion, on ourselves. So I'm going to tell you how we do our campfire, starting with this. I'm going to give you the instruction, and after that, I would like you to find 2 colleagues and to try to, or 1 colleague, and try to actually do my campfire, and then we can talk about it afterwards. And hopefully this is okay. If you can do whatever you want. If you're uncomfortable with sitting with strangers and sharing emotions, just say no, that's okay. But hopefully you will try to do it. And I know that doing this, actually, it's good. It doesn't take away the pain, but relieves the strength of the pain, and I don't need to carry the pain or sorrow alone. And I think that's necessary in order to keep your mental health. Okay. Oh, thank you. What is this? This is words. This is English emotions, feelings. This is just to help you, but maybe you find the feeling up here. I don't know. But the first question I will give to you, and then I'll give you 2 minutes just to go inside in silence and try to answer my questions. And my question is, think of your work this year. Think of your work this year. In your contact and meetings with the prisoners, with the people you're actually there to be for. In your work, in your contact with the prisoners or the people you're there for. This year, 2023. And try to find 1 emotion or 1 feeling that has come up inside you in this year. Not 2 emotions, not 3 emotions, not 4, but try to find 1 emotion that had shown up in yourself. Was that difficult or easy? How was it? Yeah, it might be quite difficult. Sometimes difficult to feel an emotion. Sometimes there's a lot of emotions. And sometimes if you're on the verge to break down, then probably there's a lot of numbness and difficulties.
Beaucoup d'insensibilité et c'est difficile de se mettre en contact avec soi-même. Encore une deuxième instruction.
Also, in a couple of minutes, totally silence within yourself. Take this emotion or feeling, take this emotion and follow this emotion to a specific prisoner or family of prisoners or a situation with your clients where this emotion starts or is stronger. Go back there and reflect on that situation and emotion for a couple of minutes. Can you do that? this is how we start the campfire. In silence, approximately 5 minutes, everybody does this introspection, finding one emotion and following the emotion to a client or a prisoner or his family. And this is what we bring with us to the campfire. This is what we share. So always one person is starting to share the emotion and then take the others back to the situation and helping us to understand. The role of the listeners, the rest of the campfire, is just to listen, just to listen. It's forbidden to ask any questions. It's forbidden to interrupt or talk in any way. And it's forbidden to comfort and touch. We should give the person the opportunity to share in his or her way, in his or her tempo, without any disturbances. And I strongly believe that what we need is to be listened to. We don't need the questions. And I say comfort and touch because the rule is also, if somebody starts to cry in the campfire, I shouldn't go and do things like that. Oh, do you need a blanket? This is really hurtful, because this is just stopping an emotion. It's not meeting the emotions with understanding and compassion. It's letting him have the emotion. So don't interrupt. Very often when we do this, it's because the emotion is difficult to us, so we want to stop it. But that's not what you need. You need to be understood. You need to have the allowance to have the emotions that you have. And when you have shared, we always give a very short empathic validation or feedback. I totally understand the pain. This was really, really, really painful. Thank you for sharing this sorrow with us. Things very easy. No bullshit like, but the prisoners should think that they are so happy that they have just you and you have done the best you can, and you should not that kind of attempts to remove your emotion, because you need to have the allowance to actually feel what you do. This is what we do. Very short, very empathic. You only need a short sign that people have listened to you. So this is what I hoped for tonight, that you actually would try in groups of 2 and 3. The alternative was for me to invite a couple of you to do the campfire here at the stage, but no, I hope that you were willing to do it together. And if you try to find a small group, probably max 3, can you do this? Use the emotion you found and the situation you found, share it with others listening, and then the next person. I thought I should give you 15 minutes to do this. Some of you might need 10, some of you might need 30. That's difficult now, but I just want you to have a first experience of the power, I believe, in the campfire. If you're French, you can do it in French. If there are more Finns, you can do it in Finnish. And if you're English, you should try to do it in Norwegian. No, do it in the language you want. I'll just sit down and let you do the work, and then we talk a little bit about this afterwards. Is that okay? I'm very sorry for some of you that I will stop the things you are doing, but my aim was just to give you a taste of the campfire, and hopefully now we can talk a little bit about it. I think that some of you, I don't have that, sort of have a campfire with your God in your prayers. I think so. That's good. But sorry, I'm a psychologist. I also think that you need some fellow human beings to receive your emotions and your pain and your joy and everything. But it's important to have someone. I think so. And the ones of you who do this campfire with your God at least has an experience that this make me feel better. I think so. So how was it? How did you experience this? Do you do this a lot in other situations? Do you have campfires? Do you have places to detoxify yourself or to react? I don't know. But most of all, did you like it? Did you hate it? Could you believe in it? And I would really love somebody to say something. And usually you are quite good at talking. Few words before we leave tonight. Thank you very much for actually doing this with me, and hopefully it felt good in some ways. With all the things we shall experience, with all the things our job needs us to contain, to carry, there are two basic needs. We need to react, and of course, for me, the best reaction is to put things into feelings and words, and that has to go together with being received from another human being, being listened to, being supported. So we need that, and we must react, because if we try to carry all the pain, all the evil, all the sorrow, all the anxiety, then we will after some time be eaten up inside and lose our own humanity. But we can't react anytime. A person learned me this. We have to find places to lit the fire, campfire places. My wife learned me this because I'm married to a campfire, and I'm lucky. I'm married to a psychologist, which I could really recommend, by the way. No, but for some years, I felt I was married to a very poor, a bad psychologist, because I strongly believe that psychologists and pastor and people like you, psychologists should listen to me. I expected that. And I also strongly believe that it's very important to talk about my feelings, especially for men. So I came home every day influenced by all the violence and wanted to share this with her. And to my pain, quite often she said, "Stop, Per. I don't want to listen to you now. We have to tend to the kids or make dinner or something." And I felt really rejected. What a lousy psychologist. They should listen to you. And also, sometimes she said, "Per, you cannot seriously come home to our home every day and spread all the dirt and shit and terrible things you receive, then you will destroy our family if you do that every day. You can't just talk all the time. And I feel even more rejected. But after a while, I understood that my wife is very wise. We can't do it all the time. And at some workplace, they do that. We have to find situation, campfire places where we are prepared. We are prepared to receive our human beings, and we know that we are debriefing or detoxing. So we made, like my friend at the back, a campfire at home. She's also a psychologist working with pregnant drug abusers, quite tough job. It's on Friday, about 6 o'clock. We remove the kids from the home, go play with some friends, because you shouldn't have them in a campfire. Go to the kitchens for 1 hour. We lit a candle, because that's nice. Take a glass of red wine, because that's nice. And then we share the emotions and experience from our work. This is our campfire, and that's better. And I need security, and security is knowing 100% that if life really is painful, my wife will always be there for me. I know that. I need that. But then, campfire is better, because when things are painful on a Tuesday, that's okay. It's a part of life. And that's okay, because I know I have my campfire on Friday. And that's much better than reacting all the time or not reacting at all. Okay. Thank you for listening to me tonight. I'll meet you tomorrow. Have a nice evening.